because I watched some of the game, but I ain't catch enough of it.
Oh yeah, there is a game going on right now.
Right now, yeah. You're yeah.
Yeah.
New England.
Oh, my battery died.
New England's beating them 13-0.
That's the score.
Shit! Come on, Atlanta.
Nope. Atlanta losing today.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's talk about, okay.
Let's bring up. Okay, Atlanta just laid a huge goose egg to freaking Dallas, right?
Oh, yeah.
Making Dallas look outstanding again, which is really all Atlanta's good for, unfortunately, right now.
But I'll say this here:
is it? But the funny thing is
the
that
teams that's supposed to win are losing badly.
He's talking about.
Oh, this last week.
This last 2 weeks.
You know, all I can say. I'm going to say one thing.
Rigged.
I'm gonna say sports book weekend.
It was rigged.
It had to have been.
No way.
There's no way. Yeah, exactly. All those main.
Baltimore was supposed to lose that game. There
After
was
the hype they gave that man up at the beginning of the game, I told you this. I said it.
Oh yeah.
They hyped him up so much, and Miami just destroyed them.
How?
Well,
no, I know how.
Well,
we watched the game, so I know how.
I know what they did,
I saw
but
it.
at the same token,
No, and that's a valid point. Now, granted, the entire game, what really strikes me as odd, Miami. Although I'm not going to, say anything derogatory toward their defense, I think their defense has been decent throughout the whole year. The problem that I have with it is that the entire time that they're analyzing the game, they're talking about what great job they're doing with the containment and the man-on-man. I mean, like pointing out all these specific as the game is being played. It's like, wait a minute. Because you guys are supposed to be commenting on the game, but it's almost like they're predicting it too.
But isn't it also that during the game you make adjustments?
You do.
Baltimore
didn't make
any adjustments to what Miami was doing. It's like it was set in stone. We're gonna hype Lamar Jackson up and then watch him fall. And the coaching staff, if you go with this route, the coaching staff didn't make any adjustments to make him
not a
better,
single
any
one.
more effective.
I agree.
Make his wide receivers anymore. And Miami defense did one thing and one thing only. They contained him on the outside, and they blitzed a safety or a linebacker
and played,
every play.
And played man coverage.
And shut them the frick down. So, with that being said, is that the proven way to stop Baltimore Ravens?
No. Well, yes and no, because if you have to take a look, you have to take a look at what they did with the running game as well. They not only were they able to shut down the passing game, but they were effectively able to shut down or minimize the running game.
You got 7 men in the box.
Not many defenses can do that. I'm going to tell you right now, the Miami, they've always been a solid defense. They played their hearts out. They got it. But I'm gonna ask the question right now, and you guys should be able to answer this. What other defenses in the league do you think that could do the same thing? Just name one.
Arizona healthy?
No.
Maybe.
No.
Maybe. I said maybe. I said maybe.
I'm gonna say no because I don't think they're
maybe.
Because every game Arizona has played has been a high scoring game. That means you're not stopping anyone.
Well, and primarily it's because of the run defense.
The Rams, the Rams defense, yes.
The Rams defense, yes, I'll give them credit.
The Saints defense, yes.
Maybe.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense,
no.
Yes.
No, Tampa Bay, no.
Yes.
No, because when they blitz, everybody knows they're blitzing. I'm throwing it behind the blitz.
They didn't do what Miami. They don't do what Miami. Miami blitzed everything.
There's a reason why the Buccaneers are.
I'll tell you what. The one that I was waiting to hear and I haven't heard yet is Buffalo.
Well, hell, of course.
Buffalo.
That was all I was
I can't say Buffalo because
I can say Buffalo.
I will say Buffalo.
I can't say Buffalo
because
Buffalo does not play a cover 2 very well. They do.
They don't play a cover 2.
You don't need to do cover 2.
That is cover 2. What
they did
is cover 2. It's a cover 2.
They played more of a man
cover 2. Yeah,
I get that, but it was more of a man coverage than a cover 2.
Right, in cover 2, you have man.
No, this coverage was man.
But what I'm saying is this wasn't man. It was more of like a cover 2 kind of like zone. They don't have zone.
Okay, so plus they were definitely reading Lamar. And let's not mix anything up. What I saw is that they were reading Lamar and figuring out where his passes were going.
Right.
But I'll say this here.
That's why the cover 2 was working.
Because
I still think
so much cover 2. It was kind of
it was similar.
Zone,
yeah, it was similar. My point is that I still think
So
that Buffalo would be able.
Zone.
Right.
This was a man zone.
But listen, with the cover 2, basically, you have like 2 safeties in the deep. Because you have 2 safeties in the deep, I can't throw it because they're already there.
But they didn't have 2 safeties in the deep. They played one safety in the middle, and they had somebody blitzing.
Hold on.
That's why it's man zone.
Explain it to you. They have a 3-4 disguise. That's what they run in Miami.
Look, I don't want
to look at
with what we're saying though is personnel wise and matchups. I understand schemes, but my point is, out of the defenses that I've seen, Buffalo could do it. Yeah. Buffalo could pull it off.
Buffalo can pull it off.
I think
Tampa Bay can pull it off too.
No, because Tampa Bay sometimes struggles with the run up the middle.
Yeah,
just like New Orleans did a little bit.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, New Orleans hit them on the outside.
When you look at
New Orleans,
See, like Tampa Bay's defense, if you run up the middle, you're not going to get it. If you run on the outside though and beat Tavante David and White, then you're golden. Those are the linebackers.
But that's if you beat them.
Right, if you beat them. But Alvin Kamara is faster than them.
Okay.
So he can beat them. He beat them.
He can beat them to the outside.
No, that's the Buccaneers I'm talking about.
But with
the
right schemes and the right speed, the outsides are always going to work. You're going to get 3 or 4 yards every time.
Right.
But no, take a look. But that'll never work with the containment. Why? Because your ends are breaking in and stopping those outside, which is why Lamar wasn't working, which is why their sweeps weren't working. And the only thing that they were giving them is that up the middle, which is why the linebackers stepped up and the tackles stepped up.
Yep.
So the scheme and the players on Miami, they did a great job. I am disappointed there was not enough adjustments by Baltimore. There should have been. Because and you can't tell me that the coach isn't smart enough because Harbaugh has been in the league long enough. He could have come up with something even on the fly.
I'm gonna be honest with you. The containment defense that they put together against Baltimore. Sorry, Baltimore. I bet on you and I lost. It worked. Miami defense scheme.
Now,
scheme worked right.
Is it a roadmap to beating them?
No, because they're going
to only to a point. Because once again, only to a point because you have to have the personnel to pull it off, and not many teams do. Buffalo has the personnel. I think Rams potentially have the personnel, but I mean, other than that, maybe Chicago and Denver. Because their defenses are decent, but their offenses, that's true.
But I don't think Baltimore will ever adjust because Harbaugh is a special teams coach. He was a special teams coach first.
Well, then who's their offensive coordinator?
Who's the head coach?
Harbaugh.
So why you call him a special teams coach? Just kidding.
When he
started off in the league, he was a special teams coach. So that's his specialty. That's why his special teams is great. The defense on his team has always been great. The offense has always been the question. See, when he had with all his teams, he had star talent. So on the offense, he had at one point Ray Rice. At one point, he had Stevie Smith. At one point, he had I'm trying to think of the name.
Let's not forget Ed Reed.
He had star players, star talent. Mm-hmm. See, now you only have Lamar Jackson. That's it.
I'm not going to agree with that.
Look, they do have.
I will agree with.
They have good talent.
Not just
they have good talent.
I'm not saying. I'm talking about.
We're talking about star. We're talking about because
you got to get there.
Ray Lewis is like a once in a decade player.
So
Ed Reed once in a Suggs.
Right. Oh, no. I'm not talking about
these guys just happen to be in the right place
right now. Bigger than just as equal as Lamar Jackson.
Nobody on that team is going to be
as equal as Lamar Jackson. And that's what he's saying.
So stay right there.
But you can say that same thing with a bunch of like Tom Brady.
I'm only
Who's
talking
on that team
about
going to be equal as Tom Brady.
You got Mike Evans, you got Antonio Brown, you got Marquise Goodwin, you got Leonard Fournette.
But they're on the
defense.
All right.
They're not as equal as.
Hey, come on. This is supposed to be.
Who is equal as Lamar Jackson? Lamar Jackson is just the quarterback. Somebody still got to catch the ball. Somebody still got to make the tackle.
Can we try to keep it? Can we try to keep it on the same topic?
Then what am I doing?
Don't ever do that. Saying that you got to be equal to Lamar
That's
Jackson.
That's not what he's saying.
You didn't say that. You made that up.
You asked the question. You say, who's on that team equal to Lamar Jackson?
Star talent.
I'm sorry. Look what Lamar Jackson did last game. Everybody else was open. He couldn't get the ball out of his hand. So who failed? Them or him? I say he failed. Everybody was predicting him. He's the next Michael Vick. And then he sucked balls.
And then I never said he didn't lose the game. I never said that. What I said was
what he was trying to point out is if you take a look back at the time, We had, you had Ed Reed, you had Ray Lewis, you had Suggs, you had all these like top name. They were players in their own right.
It was the Legion of Boom before it was the Legion of Boom.
And now they have good talent. We're not going to discount the talent on Baltimore. The problem is you no longer have that elite talent anymore. They don't have that.
But you can't equate the defense to the offense.
No, and that's not what he's saying either.
That's what I'm saying.
So obviously we need to get off this topic. This could go on all night, and we don't have that kind of time.
It will. Check the after show. We still gonna talk about this one.
No, you're gonna still talk about it.
Oh, probably. I'll let the footage roll.
Well, since we're getting off the topic of this one, let's go to the implosion of all these top teams losing 2 games in a row. The Rams, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Arizona Cardinals, Green Bay Packers. They lost 2 and they won 2. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
You remember the survivor pool that I was still? Yeah, I finally lost.
On right now.
I had Arizona.
But what the hell happened? Kyler Murray get hurt, and Arizona can't do crap.
Because the team was built around Kyler Murray.
Aaron Rodgers lied, and the team couldn't do crap. Jameis Winston goes down, the team can't do crap.
Like the only safe bet was New England,
right?
And guess what? Chuck, like he liked to say, hey, I love my New England Patriots. Mac Jones is shining like a star.
I still don't
I'm like, come on, really?
I still don't like
What happened to the top tier team?
You don't like Mac Jones?
I don't know. It's just I can't get attached to him.
But ask yourself this question: what happened to the next man up? It's like the next man up can't do it. You got to have the start out there, otherwise you're trash. You saw the Rams game. I mean, come on, really? Yeah. That was just some bull. I'm like, the Cooper Cup, nobody could get open, really? Simeon came out there and shined against Tom Brady and then sucked balls against the next game. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Well,
it's like week 10 was just nothing but a big cluster.
Well, with the
last
Saints,
2 weeks have been a clusterfuck.
With the Saints and the Tampa Bay.
Well, actually, I take it back. Bills won and decisively against the Jets. That was a good one.
It's the Jets.
Now, in question, is it true that Flacco is on the Jets now?
Yes, he's a Jet.
So they traded.
I only saw a blip on that.
They traded him back to the Jets.
Wow.
Yeah. Funny, huh?
Like Michael.
I find it.
Ingram.
I find it funny because,
like you said, Ingram went back to the Saints.
And they traded him back to the Texans. Traded him back to the Saints.
Couldn't do nothing.
Yeah.
Go figure.
But the question I'm asking is, why are these teams losing 2 in a row? These top tier teams.
No, but even Brady. Well, I think the biggest
mediocre team.
The biggest one is Brady to Washington football. Really, they don't even have a name.
Go ahead, Chuck.
Well, so like with the past 2 games, you have to understand that when how do I put this? So when the defense is kind of sucking because the Tampa Bay defense is completely 100% predictable. I know when you're coming with that blitz. So therefore, meaning all I got to do is a slant. Yep. Or I could just toss it up and one of my receivers is open and they're gone. And it's so predictable. Like if they blitz, I would say at least for like 20 or 30% less, they will win these games. But the problem is they keep blitzing and blitzing and blitzing. That's a Todd Bowles defense. He's going to blitz. Granted, cool. But you don't have to rush everybody. Rush 3, rush 4. Maybe throw in a 5th one every now and then. But every other play or every play, come on, you start to get predictable, and plus your corners are out. Yep. So you don't have the man coverage to support what you're doing.
Quick slant.
Stop doing it.
Quick out.
Stop doing it. Have your corners be in zone. That way, if he does throw it up, they're already there looking at the ball. They call it interception, run it back.
Well, with that being said, okay, that's one game. That's one team. That's 2 teams. What happened to the rest of them? I mean,
I think
the Arizona Cardinals, all these players, all these teams, these good teams that 7-1, all of a sudden now they're 7-2.
Well, I mean, Chargers at home coming off of a good win against Philly.
Free fall.
But they came back to make it respectable because they only lost by 7.
But they still
lost. But they lost at home to the Vikings. Now, granted, I get it because the Vikings just lost a big game to Dallas,
Kirk
right?
Cousins look like a Chuck boy. They're making Chuck boy look like he.
First cousin, he's always great.
No, let's talk about the worst thing, like in football ever.
Oh,
letting no. I'm talking about letting an 0-8 team end in a tie.
Oh my Jesus!
Serious. Steel
like
Nation.
nobody wanted to win that game.
Well,
You have to-
and the
it
set.
literally felt like nobody wanted to
Ben
win
went
that
down, or did he play at all in that
He
game?
No, I think he
played.
has an injury.
So
concussion, I think.
so they had Mason Rudolph in there.
Mason
Yeah.
Rudolph played.
Yeah,
But it's
and a
like
whole-
they had plenty of
Oh, yeah.
Pittsburgh had
Pittsburgh-
plenty of opportunities to win that game.
Yep.
Detroit had plenty of opportunities to win that game. Nobody. It seemed like nobody wanted to win that freaking game.
Y'all have to understand. These teams you're talking about are built around one person. When that one person's not there, that team is. It is what it is. It's just a.
I honestly believe Pittsburgh is not.
It's a
built
team.
around,
It's a team full of players. After that one person's gone, when Ben's gone, that team changes.
Oh, yeah.
When Kyler Murray's gone, obviously that team changes. Like with the Texans, when Deshaun Watson's not there, that team changes.
Okay. So that covers like three of the three.
But what about Detroit
games?
not even trying to win the game?
Yeah.
It's like they
Or-
didn't even try to win the game.
But that's their culture in that
Or no,
organization.
let's go going
that
on
organization,
his
though.
trend of teams around. What was Tampa Bay's excuse? Because
Tampa-
they had Brady at the
there.
helm.
Tampa
Everybody
Bay's
was there.
excuse. Tampa Bay's excuse. So, like, let's say Brady wasn't having a good game, so the team sucks. So you get what I'm saying? When that player does not have a good game or they're not there, like okay, my number
Josh,
one.
I'm gonna say it, or you gonna say it?
My number one example, Dallas. There was no reason for Dallas to lose
Yeah.
if Dak wasn't there. They had the same talent, right?
Yep.
If you could win with Cooper Rush, while Cooper Rush, what was it, a game or two ago?
Yeah.
How come you couldn't win last year? How come you couldn't win the year before? I mean, well, no, it was last year. How come you couldn't win last year? And then when he was out, what was it? This previous game? No, that's when Cooper Rush came in. But then this previous game, once he comes back, you lose.
You can say the same thing about Jameis Winston going down, Trevor Siemian coming in and beating Tom Brady, and then the next week suck balls.
Right,
No,
yeah.
no,
Right.
no. That's no.
No, what?
No, that don't make no
They
sense.
suck balls.
That don't
They
make no
suck. No.
sense.
You're saying Jameis Winston was the key factor. And
Hey,
he wasn't.
Jameis Winston was a key
Hold
factor.
on,
They won
stop.
5 games
I
in a
listened to
row.
you. Stop. Alvin Kamara was not in the game. That's why they lost.
He's got a point.
Alvin Kamara is
Without
40% of that offense.
without that offense,
40%
that running
of the
game.
offense just
Okay,
left the building.
And that being said, so Tom Brady had his whole offense and he lost. So
Because
what-
he wasn't having a good game.
Yeah.
so Tom Brady not having a good game is acceptable, but the Saints not having none of their starters is not acceptable.
Where did he come up with that logic?
That's what you.
Where did
just
that
said.
come? No, where did he come
If
up
you're
with
saying,
that?
Hey, that's your cousin. You should expect
We
this
can
by
say
now.
Tom Brady had a bad game. Okay, yeah, they lost. He had a bad game.
You know what?
That's why they lost.
Yes.
The Saints
Yes.
had a bad game because they had no offense.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Aren't they paid to play?
Yes.
Okay, so Dak Prescott and them, they were all on the field.
Yes.
Who you put that on?
Yes.
Who you put it on?
On yes.
Yes.
Because
Arizona
you're gonna move. See, this is
Arizona
the
Cardinals-
goalpost, right?
Right.
Hold on.
As soon as I
The
I'm
Arizona,
about to hit it. Oh, it's on
the
you
Arizona,
now.
the Arizona Cardinals did not have Kyler Murray. They lost 2 games in a row, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Tom Brady had 1 game. Isn't that the equivalent of the same thing?
Yes.
I'm glad you said yes because I just want to make sure. A bad game is the same thing
The
equivalent as not
the sad
having
thing
a
is you've been
starter.
saying yes the entire time.
I know. Now we have fun with it, y'all. Really, we do. I get where my cousin coming from. At the end of the day, Tom Brady can have a bad game. Everybody can have a bad game.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the way sports work. Whether it's baseball, basketball, football, whatever you want to call it, or soccer, or football, how the Europeans say it. But
Actually, if you take a look at his stats, it was 34 attempts, 23 completions for 220 yards, 2 touchdowns. The longest was a 40 yards. I think what killed him, 2 interceptions.
Yep. And that's the same thing. What's his name? The one for Jacksonville. Did.
Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor
Yeah.
Lawrence, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, same amount of yards. So
Okay.
that's a bad game for a rookie. And the GOAT had the same game.
Okay. Yeah. Yes.
A good game for the rookie, a bad game for the GOAT.
Yes.
And yes, I called Tom Brady the GOAT, the greatest of all time. Yes, in my mind he is, but I still don't like him.
And yes.
Josh, you want to add anything on this?
No,
all Chuck gonna say is yes.
we're gonna leave everything in, including the part where you said suck balls.
Cam's back in Carolina.
Well, that's another thing. I'm sorry.
No, we already
Cam
covered
Newton's
that.
back in Carolina.
We covered that last week.
Oh, I just want to cover it again.
No.
Why?
I
Why do you
want to see
want
what your take is going to be, Chuck.
It's the same take. We
did
see
it.
the previous video.
Did you not
see my
watch?
take. That's what
Obviously,
it is.
someone doesn't watch our own videos.
No, I do, but I've been drinking. It's half baked.
I thought that was water in there.
Yeah, you thought
You know better.
yeah, shit, I got Josh's dogs drunk. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for checking in with us. Like, share, subscribe. Half baked. We out.
We're out.
Yes.
Yeah, that's your best response to anything I can ever
Oh my
say
God.
to you. Anything I can ever say to you
Because
from
it was
here
like,
on
because
out.
it was like, we're here. Then you're like, no, we're here. I'm like,
No, Josh did that. He said, "No, we're over here." He's still talking. We're over here. I'm looking at
I was
y'all.
sitting there like-
I'm literally looking
I
at
know
y'all
this
like.
goalpost was moved because
And
I know I was hitting
and
a
I
home
was
run.
literally finna
Like,
say.
I mean,
I was
know
literally-
I hit that
I
one
was
out the
literally
park. It
finna
was
say
like-
something foul. And I said, you know what? I see what they doing. Fuck it, I'm gonna keep pushing. Good one on both of y'all. That was great. That was great.
Oh my
that was
gosh, I
freaking
can't
great.
believe that.
But that was awesome.
Yeah, it was great for TV. Yeah, it was
TV
awesome.
or internet?
Internet TV, well,
Facebook.
Instagram,
Just say yes.
TikTok.
Just say yes.
And yes.
Just say yes.
Yes, it is.
Josh, you can stop recording now.
What? No, this is.